Mr. President, I came this afternoon to remind you of your promises that you gave to Ghanaians. Work towards that promise, but don't listen to the people who are just telling you, Bibi, are you okay? Bibi, are you okay? Bibi, are you okay? If you have Dr. Lawrence Totte today, look at his position and explanation he's given about LGBTQ. Dr. Lawrence Totte, I beg you.
So say,
please, Obi. You see, when you do that, please, don't mess so, please. Obi, Jai, what changing? What, please, Obi, Jai, please, don't do that.
From the position.
What do you mean by that?
This nonsense
So now John Mahama is your friend. So we should take our time. Let to politicize this. Akufo-Addo was your enemy. Please don't go there. Baby, I don't know. We need to call a spade and stop all these things. We cannot get a beautiful country if we start behaving this way. I'm telling you, we cannot get a beautiful country if we start the likes of Dr. Lawrence Totte.
Yeah, but the point he has made, please. President and no one
please, give me.
Then you can make.
Please.
You can criticize. For now, there is nothing before the president.
So he's comfortable with the utterance of the president. He's comfortable. No, I don't know. Person, yes, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Person, yes, I don't know. The hypocrisy and lack of principle on certain personalities in this country is getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand, and that will cause the president and the NDC. It will cause them. Do you know the trust and power of John Dramani Mahama Muni and this? Do you have an idea?
Sir, it showed in the vote.
Please. We beg the fair weather friends and the sycophants, the blackmailers around the president. We beg them, give the president the peace of mind to focus. Why? Aden. My brother. Nana do bijo ka jese bibiano. Ya kan o man pen be explain ya bobo ya akire. Ya kan man pen be.
Amanfo nim.
Oh my brother. Obi, please. Please, Obi. No. Please, I'm saying that hold on, Obi. I am saying Obi. If we don't start doing what is right and start correcting what is wrong, and we allow these things to fester, as if say okay, that we know yes say and the Indian council and then say Obi, then I'm telling you this country we are shut that we are shutting down completely. Completely. Never seen a sister 9 years. Obi we are 14 months. Yentranica. You go through them come up can sema and send for that change background. O say normal because we are baby by no. It is there. A baby aba. No because we by na say no ye. It require the ultimate be. Na we by na no dia na o ye. A baby aba justification. Please. It's not about them again. It's about reasonable percentage of Ghanaians who are struggling to make ends meet. Do you know rent issues in this country? It didn't start today. How are we improving it? This is the conversation.
Nothing.
Do you know the number of youth from Unia to Maye? How are we improving it? The deception on the part of people giving public office is too much in this country. The deception is too much. The deception of people with political power, the deceit is too much. How long can we continue to look on helplessly? Helplessly. Are we going to do this all the time? Are we going now this country blackmailing, character assassination, setting people up? Now truth, a very expensive commodity in this country. Truth, principle. What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
I get your point.
What are we talking about? Because if MPP la be catch us say judge for you na sebi almost NDC atade now you're comfortable there. Fine.
You cannot be comfortable.
Of course. So tell them that statement was very unfounded, very unfair. It doesn't matter the kind of judgment or ruling that they had. They should have told. You have other means. They don't be so. You did same we are asan now say there be who kwan say but I better na who to be judge I pay all the time. Many obi enya asem obi judge lawyer nim say obi dibem miss lawyer nim say me dibem ye kwana twachia o so ntia say judge o send this atade e no say chese because some NDC for keka wo manum sa ana bedu ni
Apushan 4
Me chacha mo nyina na numere ai ene nso masan atrase ai ene yebedi enkomo kakra na ye de nsem ahyehye ye mfunum ye kotodwem ya adwenem na ye didi nkomo ne yakoya nim yes uhu mi ache enokre hwa na mede me ho asie kakra because of some duties ahodo agu nipa so nipa ebre o abusuamfo beti ye ho we no tumi se me da sori ye kora nchere ye beti na me adom ma boabo amene ma no gu ho ntino yes I was able to come ene ye bedi nkomo kakra abusua waba atrase pe Coca-Cola bi hye wo ho wa wonimu nsanom mesero se no wine ena nyumre wa wonimu nsanom so pe Coca-Cola ene sam offered popcorn bi na pe ba bitina na me no emedi nkomo no said ye se na fata abusua on like video so na wa like kama na wa share who say we so na wa trance say we obi a ne na your first time our platform we so don't forget to subscribe live on YouTube, on TikTok Ras Media, and on Facebook Ras Media GH. Men a matter say konyo mo na me di juma die bro na ye be kasa afa niema miensa ho e breba mu a ye be shift to the fourth topic. 1, free SHS is gone. Forget about it. You can't tell them na one tie. Ye be di ho nkomo. Efiri on so a Jo Mahama ne ni Ibrahim Mahama omu play mind game bi omu play mind game kese pa na no yewura Ibrahim Mahama be kasa na according to nsem na obeka ye no osi ye mo yewura na na do dan kwakufu ado abaso enam so no na enam ne so e maninya goes that man go why goes mine oboa e be kire mu e yaza e histo e finding a way to what to cover the conflict of interest issues so ye kasa fa ho no and na Jo Mahama mi Ibrahim Mahama sheda ba bonten e be clarify ni wia Jo Mahama ni din e be ba mi adi hu nkomo ye fron so ye say ade bi the base na waje so is baseless the base o si e baseless na waje so ye koshi ana ye kodom because me krom base there it is only for one purpose me ankasa me da yan cheaper Ikrom boys no monim say me fina brochire by still krana na me name cruise me guys me ankasa me yo grofo me ne omo eco school me na afofo me ne omo na etwi bom ai anopadura na oba bi ekogina ye fra wo the base ye niema wo ento bi catch us what political party be a friend base na waka say the base is baseless ana say ye kohye ana ye kwa akonom ye be kasa fa ho de ekoso ene ewo Ghana maimu otibonsu adwena wafa nipa bone pa hu otibonsu a understand so you're very bad and very wicked man if you also ana ye ba last issues so abusia Yewura Mahama is desperate the man is desperate say obenya assembly aka kire Ghana for say oye adwuma enti unnecessary things no jira microphone anim na oka unnecessary project no the animal no commission ebeka safa abobolance abobolance saga na abaga na ne so ene ebedwedwe na watie de ye say no kura akwawe yaza ye John Darega Mahama papa ya seme tene ebe kirem sa abobolance no be a free buyer and what is going on yebekasa afa ho sansem yensa we enene maboabo no se me de brew na me no nyina ya chebi afa he de bia to ekotodwem ya adwenem na ye de anante aboye ho ban afri osefo NDC se ohyiaw na no bedi nkomo bi na opese nse wa adwena what to me akasa afa ho abusu asem ban na asie ay na me no sunti ene mabaha me wi bari ma Ghana for na yaso entene Ghana for yaso entene so sometimes I see it to say maybe Ghana for deserve what Mahama is doing to them, especially the NDC supporters, because they say the economy obia ejene de nkakra ai asofofo nyina omoje but the ordinary Ghanaian na or see adwene ayeda ni timo use for good purpose for a brighter future. Now see the obedi ne, the obedi ewu ne, ene yene na dwene kakrake da ne tim no. I think that person no, it deserve for what Mahama is doing to the people of the country, especially the NDC supporters. Omo the best nyansa. Omo the best nyansa pa. MP before Manko Ankotuaba, I cannot blame them. I leave them and I know, say, for the fact of Manko Jiraso Monkotuaba, John Mahama, no, actually say, they knew him, but there was something wrong in our party, IFN MPP party. Amma MPP for the man Sorabon, Anko Jirabon, Ankotuaba. So I'm sorry, say Bia, Mahama Mamuno, or more face the consequences of Mahama Mamu. Miaba Nana Akria Afro, me da sepa sewaba, Yankopon Unshira Wonso. Good afternoon to you. Abusadi Asem Nasi, the SHS said the Ghana Education Service. The Ghana Education Service say more probably week room or more shout down the free SHS feeding program. So same way, me and Deborah Chebe Mwakwaba. Yeah, but I mean Deborah, I want to say, and Sembebre. Now, one way during the campaign, Mahama unconsciously told Ghanaians not to vote for him to come in power. Ghana for your son tiasem. Ye pen kuko ne mponche na marewu. And then another ye niso. Abusua. Yes say. Adia ba ko a se enipa da sani bi na kuma mu ye mawa. Echen said de wa ma wiase ahonyade nyina. Eni enipa obeboa wo kwam bi so ama wanya nimde. The best gift that you ever get in your life is education. So wabrabom wabusuam mu ya hiafo sedien na Yankopon boa ma utumi nya sabio nimde e wa adesua mu a sede tie bia no wabusua no. And yes, sir, generation na the next generation of your family will rise. Mimi asamaro kuno mwakwa ba yepa. Yenti American sabusiamfo. Yewura na nado danko Akufo-Addo ya ade bi de magana fo a. The whole world we are mansen nyina ebo na nado abaso for what he did for Ghana. I'm talking about the free SHS policy and another introduce your Ghana Mimo. That policy was a generational mind change. And that was a generation internal generation no from Nanado Breso and Copim se we are no. Then another policy no a way to change the mindset of the people in the society. It was definitely that what Nanado wanted. Mo amwa brochira mo hweme. Mo betime di ho dance here. Se abrochire kro bia ni ho a ukomu a omo nkwada yem force omo nko school to the senior secondary school level by force. Wan ko bia unya djuma nye. But the consequences of that no se nkura ni obliged to go to school up to at least the secondary school level, no. And man, the society become healthy. Society na nipa no muom no. Society be healthy because no multi society no. They become conscious. I didn't know emu bie eba fie. Emma or mine obia contribute in a good way to make sure say the country changes. That is what abrofunu ya enamano so abrochira ye woy. Abrewa koroshe space kura na otumi kenkan. Ye kan news so otumi kan de omo timuti de omo kanasi ye. Even though ye kan news so ye the technical language in the kasa. That is what another wanted to do for the country. Ye kan brofum elevating the socio-economical level of a whole country. That is what Nana Addo wanted to do. And that is what he started doing it. But you know, I say, Ghana for anti Nana Addo asi ye. Ghana for anti the reason why ye nam so Nana Addo share that corner anti ye. Ekofa ya wadutrim. Ye one of the most respected people in America for education service. America ye ni education minister oho. Ye wo empanfo bi omo education so. That man Yawadutrim ohu ho no. He was one of the biggest men in the education service in America. Forget about Kwasi Asama Kevin Taylor beka fa ne ho. Say otichi foreigners in English language. Obwa. The man was part of the heart of American education service. Miriam Augustine Yabuame Mwakwaba. So that is the reason why Nana Addo went for that man to come and support the Ghana education with falling manner of what? Young can say managing the education service. Say the Ghana for Nkura no omuko school no omubenya nimdie ye na omotumiama omaina yetimu no sesa yabam. So Nana Addo also thinks say in his mind say me ko school no enye nipa nyina ena omoye enkrofo a se bi onyankopon ama omo nimdie bi ana adwene bi o mbetumi akọ school ababaye academics se lawyer architects teachers nurses doctors na asefo. So he also thought to say your enkrofo bi o they are manually good, they were born with manual capacity. Sanete dia yemfa TVET somra as a free said the beya enipa on to me nko school ma meye academic no obetumi akọ school ababaye professional na watumi aye adwuma bi a eno so boa e bi to say electrician mason plumbing yen can say fittering and all this type of manual jobs are eye nyuma in fact eno kura mpo no sika wom esene the academic profession no na nana yes adwuma we nyina no. The mindset behind it and say we are making sure that the development of the country no ebabaye our own responsibility. Say omainu mufoma na enebe lead what to do to make the country becomes what developed, because it is not accepted say ye be see overhead. I just yakofa broni man be see overhead. It is not accepted say opese unye dey umpromba a story tall building. I just okofa broni fra brochire. So Nana Addo wanted to do what? Joining hands of all citizens to develop the country. Ghanaians, we were thinking about Nkukwa yebe kumari ene. Amponchia yedi sikambe tu ne mene ahone namare. Ena na ye dwene ho. Emwa sabio yebe dine na awotwe ena na ye dwene ho. So when Nana Addo was doing all this with huge sums of money, budget allocated, about 2 billion Ghana cedi per year in Ghana education service, you know. Not the incompetent NDC leader, John Daliga Dramani Mahama, was going around telling Ghanaians, say, Nana Addo is using Ghana's money in unappropriated way, say, or financing education, the next generation. Until no, so no Mahama Baba ye president, he will never spend that money for the senior education, free senior education. Now, Papa Nekano, I don't know what Ghanaians were thinking. He told us what he was coming to do. He will not spend that money in education. Abusia, Ghana for antiasie. Ghana for antiasie. Aduane anana na do dan kwakufu ado dem Ghana school for yenye kujota brakwa number bonten. Yes, they have caught an expose benya enanado moi aspine or the feeding kwada. Enanado dan kwakufu ado timedene. Or the aduane asay enema yen kwada die. Yenya yenwe panyini John Daliga Dramani Mahama eba bonten me kan say aduane ankrofo di no school mu no. Orone John Daliga ne nkraman kura ni nisa aduane ne mane ye. Because according to him, enkura no free school ba na omofu ahono she said the kwasioko achiwo hey mama you fucking John Darega we a very fucking man we mama ntwa so o me na maka asem atia papa ena papa di ne saa na kra na otwe Ghana fo nyina adwene free adwuma papa na yewura na nado danko akufuado. Even in terms of the difficulties time abresi economy no Nanado never got to a point whereby there was no food to supply the free SHS students. We never had teachers associations going on demonstration for unpaid salaries. And that time the economy was not good. And because Nanado knew the importance of education, he made education his priority to make sure, say, the level of the society will elevate itself. Ghana for yantiasie because abrane wo kuja tabra kwa Sami Jamfi, Sam George, ene nkwasi apafo bi no omoaka who were deceiving Ghanaians say the free education no omo na omo ntiase ayede ba omo ye campaigns ahodo edit kuntia free education no. Let's allow them to come because when they come they are the people that can make free education better for you. But my boss story at any sounded minded obia na dwene da ho fie na oti asemasi biano will understand say nsema yewura mahama ba ye obeka ye closer to the elections. Say the free education is a policy that is going to maintain. Was supposed to be an alarm to Ghanaians to say, no because he want to win your powers. Your vote. He want to win your vote. Because Nanado can education, free education assembly. Now they were praying what? Advert against it. Nanado spend sika free education. Not John Mahama and his chronics, they were what? Telling Ghanaians, no more country Ghana for say, I buy no spending too much money on free education. And any power to me at no mutu I can same way in actually before. Not just a days to elections. Otime ba bontembe country say, oh no, or banner about 12 free education. So why do the fear? He will understand, say, they did their research and they saw, say, the free education matter no was something not in their favor. So he must to come and what? Clear the air. Say he has no intention to cancel free education. Now, TME pa. Me da na metaka no ha. Me platform was makani many times say. John Mahama ne nkrofo no. They are not going to cancel free education by law. Me can imprebebre. Me mame Esther K. Barima and the firebrand. Mame Mwakwaba. Me can if you imprebebre say John Mahama and the NDC, they are not going to say omo could free education by a law or through the parliament. I told you, say they were going to make the free education unattractive. Said omodi free education, free what them call said omodi health insurance no. Indirectly no, they collapse free health insurance after Kufuor left power. But young Canada Babia say you free health care emo. Said the school feeding program during Jomahama Breso 9 year Jumano. Sa no mobeye the free SHS, but the way that we are going to manage the free education, parents, say parents, and so they will what? Withdraw their children from the policy because of how unattractive the policy will be managed by the NDC. Mechanical fear, and that is what is happening. And now listen to something very important. Yenya ye kai bra John Mahama ko gina nsimpie so ka kire Ghana for say ono de obedi ayi president ya minwia sapon kwesi mi wakwaba enuane anase sika ye de come buffer stock mo omkoto nuane begu ho na omode surprise school for no or say ono oba onye biem because ono oba he is going to directly involve himself with who? With the headmasters in the schools. I say omo this car I believe say you all remember. Yeah. But I came here and I explained something. Buffer stock for no. Buffer stock for no. Omu tumi di omu ankasa omu sika. A surprise schools no for 3, 4, 5, 6 months. And snabayen to yomuka. That is a strategy of a good government. Obi anadwini mu da ho. No one him there. Ewa mamu ho. Because enye bire mu na aban benye sika de ama teacher for apart from so mu be wie sika no. Ombese wie even enuane kore de call school man na teacher for wia. Now this question in some. So the initiative of Nanado through the buffer stock program no, that it has 2 things to fight against 2 things. 1, to avoid the say enkoye say aban ni sika na nkura ni nya aduane ni. Enti say aban no enya revenue kura na private man or manage the buffer stock no. Enam so ni aban no wo agreement will be so say ono na be feed payment no will be done every 6 months intino. The buffer stock owner was obliged to feed the students. But enam nimti abo sebi unkrofo said the Johnson abo continue. They did not understand the position of the buffer stock in the free education policy. The fact to give monies or to contract the buffer stock to feed the schools, was to avoid the say a teacher for no be sika ye de abase yem fanya den em feeding kwada. But John Mahama, I don't know if it's by deceiving or I don't know why otuminya that courage to speak against such strategic manner to keep the schools with food all the time. I don't know why he spoke about that in that manner. But the lower IQ people, the most populated in the NDC, were shouting and they were clapping for John Mahama. Abusia, NDC bedia kunya within shorter time na hadu na introduce about bonten ebe country Ghana for say they cannot maintain their promise because their promise was baseless. They say the base for no are the baseless political party. People didn't understand. People did not understand. Haruna Idrusu came out to sing to Ghanaians and said they cannot maintain their word. Their promise at the campaign said they are going to give monies to the schoolmasters. Obabekai, I don't have the video, would have prayed to you. But and now Menoka say, what is happening today? Radie, listen to this.
Febrosa na gari ne wohwa. Anopa ombenum gari sokins. Ebia no di eba. Sa. Eza. Enti wobabeko school aba no. No afon. Obeka se kwasho kwache no. Enti free SHS ayebe CSE no. Sikana yedema national buffer stock no. Yenfa ma omu biom. Yedi sikano be cost secondary school oni e dia ma headmaster no. Na waba amasa manjom. No abeto gari wo ho. No abeto mo. No ato beans. No ato granola paste. No ato agbelima. Bibia enkoda ni hia so mbedi bia. Aponcho no ato. Odan no ato.
I was say what you a Jimmy phone engineer today. Opia bedi peche. Obia be the peche. And then look at what the children say.
Me the best honorable. Garipa.
I'm going to DM office straight.
My son wants to share. I'm wants to share my colano. Okay. Shadian Coladi is. How can you do this?
Yes. And from Mahama telling Ghanaians, a man for bedidi, I'm a man for credit budget so. Obia be the peche. The food is available. Abusia Mahama fancy ho. He went over to sit down and tell Ghanaians in 2023 say, my dogs and my family eat better than 3 SHS students. Ubisam said, didn't tell Nenamha, me ba, me betro mu. What is happening? But you tell me ye. John Mahama told Ghanaians, say, ono aduane o de ma aduane a ne nkramai edie no. Free education for omunya binni. And aduane free education for no dino. Ne nkramai a omu wo fi omu ni sa aduane bi de ma ne ye. Papa yi kan sem we nyina no. Papa yi kan sem we nyina no. Na amanfo ejina ho ye den e boje ne so, especially the lower IQ people. They were all clapping for John Mahama for insulting them and their children. Because it is only somebody obia wajimi and obe jai amaneba edi aduane asebio or kraman ponya den enye. But when John Mahama was insulting them, the fools were there prouding their hands. So why are they so dear moatem? One fancy ho. Can't your pedigree or more so much as or jitu. I was saying that John Mahama Baby president. Look at what? No cash, no food. Charles says free SHS may shut down. We are coming to do it better. We are coming to give the people good food. Different education by, but we know how to manage it better. No, the end of the story. Then I say, ene. And now me no kasa ene. Nimdiani nyansano ne the plan adrinkesi aneda na nadu tima na opese onye de omwa omfamwa na Ghana maye mpaje yemu at every level. Say every person in the country ebe to me anya nimdie woni team na ye de aboa ama o man na kona nim no. John Dramani Mahama does not see that as priority. Ade ahohia John Mahama pa ene so beto part e de ama ma. John Mahama is spending about 300 million cedis for every season of school to give part to women, youngest. But Mahama, at the same time, don't want to involve himself to make sure, say, education will not become a barrier between the rich and the poor. Now, when you say, and this if we suffer from this because MP before minim you said is it here. Me to me I tried them and says me say about 80% of the MPP supporters or moye awofo they can take care of their children. Tebiye pa MPP ni oya awofo no about ohanchichemu adu watching. They can take care of their children from kindergarten to wherever they want to get in their life in education. And Crawford said, "You omun to me here omoma omu NDC supporters." And Crawford de nanado de baye omudi some faswo omu NDC supporters. Oko voter region. and then ask for central region. And it's them. These people are the people who are now benefiting fully from Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's policy. Papa we buy ya, wabeti omukon. But I always say, Adrena Nyankopon de ma. Ye no bi no de ma menso. Enti nyansa na ewo team no se wo se unyusu. Ontreke no. Emma ne nhyase man enkeka ne ho mom. Emma unim de ne conscious wo team fan defender wo ho a. Don't worry. Ubenye obi ane de ne ekita no no enso no. No beje wo de ne de aka ho indirectly e de aye de be ma ne ho ato no. This is what is happening. John Mahama knew say the majority of the people in the NDC are illiterate. Some of them are very stupid. People who doesn't reason. And Crawford, they don't actually reason in their mind as a sounded-minded people. Enti onimkwanya ofaswa odada won dokro won epipia won edi omjina babi na oye de ope. This is what is happening. And then me krom am people for minimum me krom nyina omma eco school binum ko university na asefo. But then this is for minimum me krom ebinom dan kura na fambu mponchi wurambre omope. But they are still NDC supporters, bigger ones. Omoma into me in school until Anado came. But these people say they have the DNA of NDC in them. Me and Richard Mwakwaba. So they are going to vote massively for the NDC. And then Musumu NDC for Mukoto Obama John Mahama. No Mahama se men kanchira mo say moye moa because you don't understand. Say onwa ene campaign DTF free education. Onwa ne twa sikadema TV stations to play advert against free education. Onwa ne kojina platform so catch you say free education is a waste of Ghana's budget. How did I do so? No, the Minister of Education onwa nkasa jina parliament can say free education is heavy for Ghana government, and for that reason Ghana does not need to introduce free education. Why can you expect to say, Sanipa Wenom, to me, are maintaining such a policy when they were in opposition, they spoke against it in every manner. And yes, say, Papa no, the mismanagement is the management is being done recklessly. They were saying, say, a bad policy. Mahama say, some people can pay, so let's let them to pay. Why should government pay for the education? But Ono Papa no Okasano, he is a beneficiary of Northern Region free education policy. Hypocrisy at the highest level. But Mekaye, in Kwasiafo 6 million, no, about 80% of them are Jimmy Fuonkwa. They don't reason. 20% now can are party officials. They are saying and they are doing everything because they know when their party comes in power, they are going to enjoy. And then the deputy secretary for the NDC, what is the name of that stupid guy? And I'm a preachy. Now he has turned to be a pastor. I saw the folk, I saw the beer, but in your munina ne wuska. And so NDC near, it does not necessarily mean say. You see, that is it for you. So you know, Ghana for transman this for the intro. Let's say the ideology, the powerful objective behind the initiative of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Abusia Mumfancheme. Abayin ubedi akunya ade bi policy bi obeye no. The objective for person they won't get it out of that. The objective of Nana Addo free education was to make sure that every Ghanaian will become enlightened in the society. Generally, it will contribute to a well-being of every Ghanaian. If we could have continued the free education for 20 years or for 30 years. And then, see, there is no food, there is no cash, free education will be shut down. Now, Monfrev okujata brakwa kwa siampanyi na no meyi na no. Okujata brakwa etumi nya adaje ekotran Joy News that time say Nalando Danko Akufuado is feeding Ghanaians with what? With expired rice. Okujatoi enameno kasei. The students omunyansu no mwanom na kapese diane. Munti asema okujata brakwa kanye when he was in opposition.
To Ghana as such?
Yes, it came
as Moshosho.
As Moshosho rice.
Okay, so registration issues are then taken out of
the bill of lading, which I shared with Sidi, is clear Moshosho rice from India. And you're right. Look, ECOWAS could decide to sue to protect their reputation, you know. And then this business of made in Ghana, what does this do even to the made in Ghana drive, where we want more and more Ghanaians to patronize made in Ghana goods?
Should we even be asking why we are importing rice
for
our students?
Yes, exactly. Brilliant question. I have been raising that. You know that Aveime rice is in my constituency.
Right.
And it has collapsed for more than 2 years now. Why should we allow Aveime rice to collapse? Local rice farmers are struggling. I had to buy a combined harvester for my rice farmers about 2 years ago. And yet, we are importing all of this rice. Meanwhile, when we came up with all of these initiatives, school feeding, buffer stock, and all of that, it was to have ready market for local farmers, local producers. Because we know, it's been scientifically proven that our local rice is more nutritious because it's fresher. You know, it doesn't have to go through all the many. By the time this rice gets here, from faraway places, India, Vietnam, you know, China, and all of those, you know, so it's a great question. Our industries are collapsing. They are struggling. And then we are busy importing.
Right.
And we will not even...
Yes, and so tia kujata brakwa. Sabre na Ghana school fonye diani dino. They had nothing to say. So they have to come out and lie to Ghanaians and say, Nanado dia diana fon and ema Ghana for. Nanado kra nuyane di framanone, but no nim se nuyane ya kra framanone was for reserve. Nanado breso, ote da se Ghana koko, Ghana emo akuafo, omo aduane abusoda, because Nanado was buying them for the school feeding program. Omo ano omo bro. Nanado was buying them for the school feeding program. And now meno kasei, okuja tabraka, where is he? Ghana koko akuafu esu, emo akuafu esu, abura akuafu esu. And still, omo usu se omo no buy na yento, emo no ne aburo no egu ho. But ene, a school for susu esu se come the one. Some kwasiampanyi no kuja tabraka. Oh, come and leave your mouth. But you are not. Come and leave your mouth. But you are not free. Because a monkeyafo no isu. A burakiafo isu. Say omo no buy no. Omo aboa no gu ho chaw. Obi anto. Your free education schools no more. Enkura ni nyaduane ni. So what is happening? Adenti ananado breso. Yante se akuafo ba abonten be su ye abrempa na se mo ne bo no na edene ese na ne miwia Frank Kofi Mechiao abra na esi abro ne bo eden se ne yante se farmer bi gina ba bi se ne ne ma abone so ene what is happening? Who is actually importing foreign rice? NDC abai okuja to yankopon ka wanim e wo ba bi wo bia yankopon na mo no on ka wanim e wo ba bi wo bia. Segment way ya the Bessiani atoaso. So the Ghana Education Service has officially announced to say the free education policy may shut down from one day to the another. But they can't know these guys, they will never come out to announce to say they are collapsing or they are canceling the free education, but they will make it unattractive to parents. And parents would then have to take their children by their own choices out of the free education policy. That is what John Mahama wants to do by using his brain to trickish the minds of the people. Yemfansi ana yenko yanim. Obi bedi slap ha. Second one. Okay, yen to aso na yen ko ye na abusia and then me be come me panyin ne ho asem. Me panyin a ye frɛ ne Kennedy ɔhene a Japan. Me be kan ne ho asem pa na message asem ya me ba be kan. I don't want people to think say bia me ye me ho bias. No. Pese me nkasa mfa ɔde ne ho Kennedy a Japan ne ho asem kakra. Ɔne papa we ye frɛ ne say Otibonsu. Kennedy ɔhene a Japan. Ye di kan asem bi kire mo betamanfo ante ase. Kennedy a Japan. First, I am saying he wants to kill his own political career. Abusia, the base now what no. They have only one idea. The idea of the base, TME, is to make sure Yewura Dr. Bawumia does not become the president of the republic. TME. The base are founded and organized by Yewura Bonsu, Otibonsu, and promoted by Ajako. The only intention, I didn't tie the base here, and said, Yenye diabeye biya, said diabeya. Dr. Alhaji Muhammad Bawumia Mama ye the president of the Republic 2028. Mena me cancer of G2 team na yenokre. Why am I saying so? The yeti free Kennedy Japan during the campaign, apart from atemudia or didi amanfo yemfe no tonche ye ho na ye kone. Atem and Kennedy Japan di ye ene nsem okan ye yemfe no tonche. Asama yeti free Kennedy na no no say he was contesting said ye be den obetumi akodi nkunim e de ama the party called MPP. And everything that he was doing was to make sure say he can win power for the party called MPP because Dr. Bawumia was part of the Nana Danko Akufo-Addo administration. And Dr. Bawumia will not be accepted by Ghanaians because na oka Nana Danko Akufo-Addo na mamuo ho. Enti sa sama papa ikan ye eye nokra, then somebody will ask say nokra pa se party na opese we save na nimu dia. And ya adenti ayato aba wie na ware wie a emu eturu wankasa wo party okwankasa wo party mkura no ware wie amu eturu 23%. Why we serious? Adenti ayato aba ware a wo se wonte ase na wonam na afeidie wo ye wo niema wo sumase. If actually your intention was to lead and win power for the MPP. That tells you, say, whatever Kennedy Japan told you during the campaign time, that it was about the party, that the party needs him to win power and all those things, that he's doing everything because he wants to make the party win power again. No, he free team and Tennessee and no ankasa ne personal interest. Because in yes Kennedy Japan, the intention of contesting na say na nye ono kwa ne personal ambition. Na mbom na for the party sake. And Kennedy would have remained in the party after the election and support the party to become more united than how it was in 2016. To make sure, say, we win power hands down from the hands of the NDC in 2028. But then what are we seeing? What we are seeing is, say, Yewura Kennedy Japan, Edin Nima Kwakosie, Hayden, and a one man named Crawford, Edianimu, and our Moyo Moho say, they are a movement And who say Kennedy Japan is not part of them, but it's them that they want Kennedy Japan to come and be their leader. Me about him. Yeah, the swimming pool and a political party. No ideology. And kwasi didn't hear for krum. A Jimmy Phobi koto swimming pool ma omo how nyina eswatwa. That is what we do to have a political party. Abusia, the ekoso ne ewo Ghana maimo the base no a baseless ones. Second, it is a greedy agenda of the man called Kennedy Japan and Otibonsu. One, the purpose of that party is to seek, say, Yeura Dr. Alhaji Muhammad Bawumia does not become the president of the republic unless a hot never say man yo there. Bra. The idea of the base party no is to make sure that Dr. Bawumia never becomes the president of the republic unless Kennedy Japan decide and demand and approved from the MPP what he will get when MPP comes to power. TME, yeah, politics. Maybe a political science student. Me can't say my TME. Me about my. From 1992, me party bia ni ho a what to me I then at me emerge in the society what to me enye ginaso e wa batwo. You can count them from the NDC side, from the MPP side, from the CPP side and all over. Because the way the NDC and the MPP are more strategize or more across the whole country, no. There is no way a political party between me emerge no ababe to me that you cannot, because the MPP and the NDC are the most organized political party in the country as of today. You can have billions of euros, of cedis, of dollars, but it will take you more than 50 years or even more. And to me with the new party in the country, what to me. It is a bit trouble say the agenda of the base is to win power in 2028 for Kennedy Japan to become president of the Republic. Politically, or you're very ignorant. But if any individual, any pabia, say the idea behind the base, the baseless political party, base Yankoshi party no, and a Yankochabi party no, and he said they want to emerge as a victorious for the 2028 election for Kennedy to become president. May look into the face of that person and understand from the bottom, say that person lacks knowledge about politics. The idea of this baseless political party is just to what? Extort MPP. Yepese yamfase kan si MPP mene. Na yen decide what MPP must do for some few people if MPP comes in power. Temiye Otibonsu a businessman. Kennedy Japan is a businessman. Kennedy Japan and Otibonsu, they have watched Dr. Bawumia from afar. They know the character of Dr. Bawumia. They know how Dr. Bawumia cares about the country. They know the character and the attitude, the manner of governance, the ideology of Bawumia's governance. They know everything. And Kennedy Japan and Otibonsu, they know actually, say Dr. Bawumia be president here. Yet the more power by mu no Sabekan, because Bawumia is more disciplined than even Akufo-Addo. Bawumia na no sesra, don't forget to. Bawumia wahu. No na no sesra. Masa, don't forget, say, hey, you say, enso share and fanipa. Enso nyunu ne fanipa. Enso nyunu and a fanipa. So people people know the character of Dr. Bawumia. And Otibo Nso and Kenya Japan knows says Bawumia be a president. They can't get what they want. So what we do? This business political party is just to extort contract positions, favors from the MPP party who is coming to win the election 2028. And we are trying to showcase, say we have the masses behind us. But you tell me, why we say only will be quite a boxing match. Now, you see if they be showcase. Coach now you are bati. Anytime, we muswa the any no. On a brebiano or showcase it to be more stronger. And the omo ye nyina me mo the base video bia o ha me ni adaje me de nkwase asem me ni adaje wo ho. The nkrofo we ye nyina wo a wo ti kira unnim de eko. Na why you wadwene say you are campaigning, you are doing something for Kennedy Japan because he must become the president of the Republic in 2028. No? Why that? The idea, I didn't know much and say either we don't allow Bawumia to become the president, or Bawumia becomes president by undergoing on our regulations. Yebemano dia manage the affairs of the country. And here now, Dr. Bawumia nama one Kennedy Japan Kasano. Ena Kennedy Japan and Crawford so SHS say omon kajangum. Now omon map the base ni like a serious organization. Set the beya. Bawumia ni Kennedy Japan table so omon negotiating no. Bawumia will be little bit in a wrong position to challenge much of the things that they are going to demand from him. But ye emfa ai. Ompe ba bi fa na enwene ye ho. Abusia say anything, Kennedy, you can build 70 political parties. Bawumia will be voted strongly by the people. Extortion conduct to be a modibeko Bawumia no, it will turn against you guys. I was just saying we are making ya grown a media. Hey, small political parties or more my mono, especially in Ghana's history. No, hey. Every political party they align with one bigger party than PP or NDC. What happened? I will talk for you. Even the political parties they are the people who smaller parties in the Ekope unit. So ebine Akwawe Mahama Yariga, or no say on the NDC for Nante. He's working for the NDC. Akwawe Odike was MPP person. He was working for the MPP. Alam Kwajochi the maintain wanted to what? Extort NPP, but Amfa. Omodoso. Ma maybe I think that there's one every woman be. I don't remember the name. That woman is in bed with the MPP. So every political party that comes out, party the aim and say how I can negotiate for me, the leader of the party, from the winning party in power. And to now now you say you're going to campaign for Kennedy Japan to become president. Tell me about me about him. The wajune diagro. Yebu akra, yebu Jimmy for. Yebu Jimmy for. We are saying, if you want to emerge as a person, just have people that follow you. Unya nipa dodo mo mudi wa chie to say uye omo fana. Abra. Everywhere you go, the door is open. We are say office biya. U kumina okopa there. Na one call I see you alone. Now we dom di wa chia. You are always welcome. That is what these guys want to do. Now, I mean, when I more video when so video we see Aneko Ibrahim Mahama any so udeti.
The base. Because as for this one, the be with people. Yes, okay. I need an eye contact on this one.
Okay.
The base. Before I bet you one way and you have to appreciate the history of this country when it comes to politics. And go for a few politics, a few party, Akwatu Omwakasa party. Now listen, I remember 2004. Tamana yebe prepare Akwa elections. NPP for a national, regional, executive elections, all the regions. Then Ashanti region, there. Papa Bini Efreno Sam Kuju won the secretary, regional secretary, at the expense of Mr. Kwabneji aka Bambata. At that time, Bambata Nana Kufuado camp. When na party ni mwache, your President Kufo and your Kufuado time. So they thought say Kufo as a sitting president at that time, and we used to the incumbents, you know, and I say to me. And or the manipulate the election of Bambata to be a secretary, because if Bambata had become a secretary, Alan Chamatin could have emerged as a flag bearer in 2028, 2008. So out of that, Bambata left the party and formed his own political party. Okay, that's NRP. Now 2008, Sa party no motiam. President Kofone Kwabena Japan at that time, and Owura Kodum Pianim came to them. They sat them down and solved the problem. Gave them a juicy contract Vinyade and Omujai. Oman Distable NPP in 2024 election. 2008 they emerged again. Wabasa Bayano and the NPP for a few more say. Sana margin yamu bubiamu pese mu yese ni abehumo. So Emma Mr. Yamuaponko of Yamuaponko those days e join e womo but bibia pie from aba ye koye election no and a course second round no Bambata gave it to NDC join President Mills to win election for NDC and Obenya board so tnawo ECG contract akese ni ade saadi ni fi wona sa ekotwa esabi de to ho se eno bia ba bibi ntina se ana wache political party so the bichi. Now let's take this one too. For example, there was another political party it started from Ashanti regional, another political party na yefeno United People's Party, no, United Front Party, Jataba Party, and Omokofa Odike as a financier. Then when Odike came, Jataba we say no, ye come yashe. And he fought and took back the party, and Odike Kokoti on one party. You know why? Because in 2012, when Odike led the party, he got the juicy things because we endorsed Bahama. Or do Benya the juicy things than the one that formed the party. It is sanity because it's always smaller parties. No, oh yeah, no, what position we a bina damai takwa damai issue yabe. Ibrahim Mahama issue. Oh, no, a comment on Ibrahim Mahama. Oh, party we quite trauma support. They're not the certain party, no ruling government, no whole year. That is what happening. So because of that, Odika will say, yes, mame, ye bed distabum, dear mame, quote me, I'm a party, and no cocotte, UPP, United, your friend is a People's Party. Apelu, on the Adoko issue, Messia, or the Cotier Party. Oh, no. Obiawati Party, with the exception of Dr. Obeda Samoa, who formed a political party to correct the anomalies in the NDC, which he thought that President Wallace at that time were hijacking National Democratic Congress. So they needed to correct something. But me and fly. But I'm fly no a bomber sa culture of silence and what NDC no. It be by because those days they so much be criticizing Wallace. You understand? Guzitano form NRP, the agenda or the form NRP to reduce NDC for NPP to come to power. And here for me person me arrive. Hassan Ayariga will form APC from PNC because officer PNC political party no they be a better Congress ye kwa me betimi afiri ho e basa na I need somebody that say be aban bi ba me ne be jojo 11 ne manya me buti Jamaica na acha say now obia obete party bia no e an interest tieni yo obia obete political party out of NPP or NDC and you know ni interest building or the party no and yes so be win election
has been 92.9
already the Japan and in the base their interest out the base is not to win political power never be paid you mama mebru it is never true. The reason why they are forming the political party, the interest they say, we have to make sure that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia does not become a president. That is all. That's all. Jamaica, what I say? The agenda, everything that he's doing is to make sure, say, Dr. Bawumia does not become a president. You pay obey me a good base. When I'm catch off. Interest and what's ad you men will be a ruby. I can then write the idea. Maybe I will be just like Alan Chamatini, echo for me the movement, how I movement. The idea is to make sure that NPP does not maintain break the eights. Why you need more this country? Why you so take part of a winning election? I bring NPP in this war. And I'm speaking based on information because since 1992 will be a winning election that NPP and based on this information I will win 5% no make just workers will be at the party and your interest.
Okay. All right.
Jamaica, what I say? Yeah. It's a big interest. Now listen, and focus. I'm coming and focus. Oh, and Michael Quay, your friend say. Report the buy and almost say you rack in the Japan for free party and Nutina or per se or ten a party. But that information came before Ansana or more contested a call presidential primaries. So if Saturday I inform you rack in the Japan to form his own party, I didn't assign information in a long time no. Ansana or more call presidential primaries no. One can say any party no mu yame. Mami chum honame call for me my own party. Dance or call contest every Ansana wakwa sad. And it's simple like ABCD. Or rack in the Japan does not want to campaign for NPP for Samira Bawumia to become a first lady. There's a beef. Okay. One person be campaigning for NPP to come to power. Now Abronye Ababe National Security Cup. You better than yes for National Security Cup. All right. Men transma sadinisi. Okay. And you pain. Yeah, which Ahithophel applied it and defeated later. All what I will say is Obi Obekacho say the base no biane and Aba and those are near Moya campaign Edmo Racket in the Japan. Now you have your choice to choose or racket in the Japan. But a catcher will say don't apply and be on sycophantic spelling a bootlicking approach. Ne and dechi Obia onike the Japan contest one show ya dachi ebehia ba beto today mo amudi na chinua mo deputy Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia they say waja ho or to the base it is either you join him to code the base and I say you go and because some of the utterances no na irredeemable irreversible so bit radio so Dr. Bawumia liar we liar who did the Japan today how do you go to Dr. Bawumia to reverse all these things? That's why we are saying that in politics we don't inherit enemies. Be very careful your utterances and obibia.
Yes, I was saying for another honor. The base is baseless. The base is actually a movement for the personal interests of Otibonsu and Kennedy Japan and other guys here in the moment. Until the Omochia, you are just wasting your time. Put that one in your mind. We this time about Kennedy Japan, you kind of want we use a good manner to speak about him. And no current idea, if I can't be until the Omochia, you are just wasting your time. Yan fa no to na yan koya nim na yan to ansem binom so. Abusia Hey, Ghana for you were somebody papa. When Anado became president of the republic, he decided, said the health of a Ghanaian. Ghana ni babi awa pomo dena honsem hiya papa no. Enti obaye na free health care na NDC fwaye ne basa. Papa no ye den eman ebo modene e retaining no. Eman ne be ye efficient. Wo de kwa ye hwe yade. Anado wan fancy ho a. Enam so odwene se. Sabio governance eye continuity intino enyuma John Mahama ye ewo ayade apomodren afano na do make sure say he will complete them ability say the University of Wine and Wine Hospital ya Accra UCG oya ne kama na do am fancy ho he make sure say the health sector workers no a doctor for a nurse for obema omwakatuam akosoro wa fancy o and others also thought to say se obi yare na opeso nko hospital a emergency si wo babia Ghana ne sabio ambulances mpo ayede fa emergency patient at the Omoko hospital. So Nanado bought about 300 ambulances in one time and shared it across the whole country. And when this is for ya, ambulance ni begu hospital, they said it was not ready. It is not true. Entro. Nanado am fancy ho who say ayare sabia akasa woman num nuswa. Papa ni jina ne nine so ekate short. SHS to build hospitals across the whole country, 111 hospitals. And yet, cheap compound though. I'm talking about hospitals. A big infrastructure. Adentia. And I do believe say Segana Niba ewa pomodina productivity and so arise the cost, which every good politician be every leader edwin. But John Mahama thereby no so nyene nesa. Abusia ene abrana na do to ambulances ediama abanya djuma yefo no. John Mahama ba ya na woni de esere. Oso de ambulance ena eba. Na de ye me ya ne se sa ambulance no enim ho story ne ye. NDC policy. NDC policy. That was an MPP policy, but it wasn't like the way that they are doing it. MPP for who says our policy net is no. Enya de bi ya de kese bi say ye dear medica ye kofa president say o meti ano because a lower level policy. Na ye de ma nkrofo mo wo yankan say remote areas were minuma omuye midwives and I say for more moko now moakwakoye yen can say Wayne and more villages and I say for it was just to support them. But I'm this bar by muno. Nanam say help center or money one record ewo hontino. John Mahama has taken upon himself just to deceive Ghanaians and say he's bringing something new to Ghanaians. Abuja, Sabobo yana uhu ewo kurum hono. A young people are buying and a crowded by Ghana maimu. Now one krama said the Baba ye national event. One krama said no Baba ye policy be a ye political discussion in the media. One krama said anadu kujna podium so akasafa sanya mano. Because that was the lower thing that the MPP did. And the MPP didn't sambo to sonombai. And the satre cycle sonombai. Abroad one can anye de bianfa home. The intention was like something additional to the national health insurance policy, no. but ene Mahama ba ya afe baako ene bosumi numunie ontumi nya de titiro bi amfa ma o mining ntino papa na fa kata na ni say the bigger project ever in the country obwa enye ono a ne kapre nim meba na mebo video de akyerew abra the former minister of health, the former deputy minister of health edin kyerɛkyerɛmu ba be kyerɛw say John Mahama is a thief, he's a liar, and he's a Turkish man. Because sa abobo yane wo ho no sa tre cycles no enye ono mpo ne toye. Now the difference is you see obi on to namoda na obi ache ne brebo odi America di kofi akɔkyerɛ ne yede sɛ na wabɔ akɔnhoma. That is what is happening. The video we na yensamra
care program no abe bad no a ehun ko baye bebre no yen MPP any me as former deputy minister for health kasa ya kasa nyina no bie no ma wakase or bo abaye chi se or dey that free primary health care no aba but no krebi MPA wo baby no krena MPA ye no ena ama NDC fo no ankasa ehun kyere wo mo and somewhere omu di hu nkomo no yade no akyekere wo mo aye ade bi aye aman bi akyekere wo mo na ama timmofo ne Ghana fo nyina hu no se tabe aban te bia poso tu futuro de gu nipendi enso no e die aso omu ankasa hu no se tabe untimi ema kwan yesa nie di kai sa free primary health care program enya de foforo eya de e wo hodada eya part of our health systems your work free primary health care right from the chip compounds ever. We the young social care woman say health insurance yadi access health care generally in Ghana ya boy abaso no. And no mo say mama yemfa ye open say free kra wo ni free kra no a no wa fa de sa. Intino say ukra Ghana card nko a ubetimi aba be yes free primary health care ni bi. A wo hia say ube hia health insurance. That perhaps is the only difference what side way ma ya ka ho na exam say ya de wo hodada na mampani sabe ya mampani a nyonyam wo no ho no di ma nanim ya hyehyɛ saa nyeme yi anyam ade wo hodada no ya sa kyekere no ho ntoma ane ya de ntoma no ama no sɛ sa pa ho ntoma biom na yenye hu dede na this for no emfa mom ho abaso say is the biggest social intervention program in Ghana so far there ya be interrogate na interrogate ye de hu no say enye ade foforo it is a gaban no epese chinchina wo man ye ade foforo a ene ne be kire say o tu futuro de gu Ghana for ni na enye nwanwa esan say sabri no aban no ai ho akire no ama ai say de ne wo pe bibi edia ya kire Ghana for my dear dance there say ampani ampa no oba be ye bibi foforo e ma Ghana for abra yi mu say saadi wedina no enya dia eye foforo gedi kanabo ye to so mienu enne ambulance na ebi ni Ghana ye ba mu na ambulance wa Ghana no na enu be ye 15 mpo ya ba beto ambulance be 300 and something this city be our ambulance. Meaning ambulance services within a period of time, this is about 5 years, also a year retooling. If you know Naso, I will say it to be to ambulance of Fofro. Ambulance service actually near there. Or mino, another abino, and ya general of the fiscal theater. It is all of fact that I try to see Eba at the mama penny say, one more who they go near yes, when ye live at the bois. Yapumudin when they the biggest thing in Yapumudin somewhere. Oh, yeah, Genya, Ubashaman for before. Ubashaman for before. Because near Waha was a winner. One true and it's a win yet. The Tosso, Agenda 111, the biggest health infrastructure investment in Ghana. So far, the biggest health infrastructure in Ghana. Doma Hiniaka, say, Mampedier. So what is the 24-hour market? Our Miami market. Yes, sir. Would the Anka had a giant? That be the agenda 111 in my because market today, you will be. 24 hour you grab Boka was a grano, ye hunu the tin you on the night. Mampeni and now the Danko Kufa, the Kofata, the Soba, is what I can say. A buying fair entity system say, Agenda 111, Obeshed will be. And no, the Minister for Health kind of said, Side you may be one, ye dear, a trap at the Mabine. If for major infrastructure interventions are no, offer a trap at the Mawabine. Why is it a trap? Not just say, much too many Nadia Mube who be here because but more agenda winning comedy. 3. The biggest drone system in Ghana, in the world, America food in Nara. Eduma dance and money ade. Bo buy your mobitrim. And one for Sudia Dinano, Matwagu, much too many. And family, and net the health systems are suffering. The health sector, a bread. Omwa the personnel and the health in Nano is because no minimum was at the boa. Yet also, integrated folder system. Nanka electronic. Mobile mobitrim at the amount before for so depending. Depending ya so, and then we are going back to the folder system. Also be and net kiosk be yet launch a car free primary health care no home. Yes, see about a friendly health post. Minia, ye jai health post to use in the structure of healthcare no. Ye jai health post use is in the early 70s. 70s when ye jai health post to. And ye shas yes says ye be chip compound. Chip no kurana and crop was ye hum paso. And net and go forward chip compound or community, they live there and go to major facilities. Because a near my almost chip compound will be here. No matter how so people are advocating, say chip yes in here, but people want an upgraded chip system. And then most of young come back into those kiosks, more friendly health posts. Are they?
Okay.
These are the issues that a month for food. No one who say. As a year no more bad, one would be a poem within some air to appreciate. Only dear grow. And couple within some dear, and far and people whom far end this because we are day at any pound. Okay, no, we say young Casabia.
Honorable Patrol, a branding we was studio na company no one can come on your team out, but the first point I'll raise it. But the first point I raise on adding up to the existing ambulance fleet no I want say these tricycles and motorbikes are supposed to enter where these ambulances cannot go. The hinterlands and not tricycles so I see no reason why the government shouldn't be even commended say or do we have an ambulance here ambulance baby an ambulance bet me akono baby a tricycle and a motorbike bet me akono ambulance into me ko
that is neither here nor there.
Oh really?
And then hear me, yes, because you see the argument in the background one say until on mine Ghana and ne ye wo bia car ain't been ko this a motor tricycle thing a brand ne ya swat drip machines diama every district you don't need a contractor bet to be kwakwan you bet to be kwakwan ya car bia bet to be afaso no matter the hamlet ne hinterland kura wo what that see tricycles obian condemn in fact tricycles no who won faso say ye de bema ye nuanmo community health nurses for then president tries to obey and you see me no I don't blame the president that much I blame his appointees what I say because of back for it is the appointees need failure out of frustration he would have to come and defend the thing. It's taking the president to come and even explain what these motor tricycles are for. No, president because he spoke out of frustration. What I say because really, I am sure, sir, he hasn't bought them and I say admire. In fact, tricycles look like say, Mampeni are buying a toy, and I never heard of that.
Maybe I never heard of that. Now buying a toy. Former deputy health minister.
I know. Said na e wo hoda da.
Na tricycles no wo hoda da.
Yes.
under the MPP administration.
Under
your tenure.
I knew there were 250.
250 of these tricycles and I'm toy.
Now you the community health nurses.
Okay. And I'm distributing.
Yeah, distributing. In fact, before I think after elections and now before elections, now I was supposed to have even joined the Ghana Health Service Board in commissioning it. This wasn't going to take even the minister. What I say? And your minister put na about the commission. So what I say? I've seen an invitation na Ghana Health Service Board so from so minister enya da je nti opamicho ebe je na yan commission we na nko. Nti me kwa me enya da je anko ye. Until it went a Covero district. But like I'm saying, it was meant for the community health nurses support.
Okay. All right. Honorable, my man now say na yem fan community here. Me point be din komo. Padarma.
Yes, so titi ni ye pa. Oti asem papa yi kan ya wo your former minister of health or you be a onim ho asem na oka. That policy Sada na NDC the bigger, MPP, even the deputy minister for health has no time to go there and what and talk about it. But you were the main president, now listen to what John Papa no obe explaining abreu obe asama po kan twi me nyina te ase ye agenda 111 guwuram amanfo enya baabi enya djuma nurse fo enya djuma nya so ye agenda 111 guwuram but ye wa no be gina podium so kasa fa 3 cycles ho adentia NDC is already all things fall apart. Omunya shall say internal election so and at the echo na internal election. Now listen to what John Mahama said. He has to come out and explain because Assembly said, Baby, I can't to me kono. Ed the set 3 cycle bet to me a course, a quine ya, quine ye, car one more than said 3 cycle. And the Assembly papa we cano. It makes sense to say it was made for community midwives, so between a room about in the town, in the village to move to one place and another. But Mahama ni policy intino. Adia deputy minister Kwenya Nkwankwaye. Ura Mahama ejina ha reach them. Listen.
Those tricycles are meant for the health workers and the health volunteers to go from village to village for screening. That is what they are meant for. And so at the back of the tricycle, they have a compartment where they can keep vaccines. To keep the vaccines cool, it's at the back of the tricycle. In the north, a lot of our sisters who are health workers can ride motorcycles. And so when they go for health screening, they use motorcycles. In the south, many of the health workers cannot ride a motorcycle. But you need to give them a means of transport to be able to go and do the work you've given them. So in the southern parts where the health workers cannot ride motorcycles, they'll be given tricycles to go from village to village to do their work. In the north where they know how to ride motorcycles, the CHIPS compound will have a motorcycle. Our sister who's the nurse, she'll sit on it, she'll put equipment behind her and ride to the village and go and give them the attention they want. So let me emphasize again, those tricycles are not ambulances. I've seen a lot of people try to denigrate them and say that we're going to bring these as ambulances. They are not ambulances. They are vehicles for the health workers who are engaged in the primary health care program to go to the village, deliver vaccinations, and then also to do health screening, test people's high blood pressure to see if it's high, test their sugar level to see if they are developing diabetes. That is what those vehicles are meant for. And so I hope this will end all that arguments and things on the social media. Those tricycles, once again, are not ambulances. They are vehicles for the free primary healthcare volunteers to go around and do their work.
Yes, it's a only bibia. Oye denya wanim eno ana odinam. Ni sunu ne ban eno ani deceiving people. Deceiving people. Because that a first prime one and one or more we have already free health insurance policy. Health insurance policy na yɛde link to our Ghana card or oblige every Ghanaian to have identity. John Mahama is saying, say, yɛde adeɛ bi ba yɛ friend primary health care service unkita Ghana card ya obetumi nya access to treatment. One Jimmy o adeɛ a yɛde afa kwam bi so ayɛ force amanfo so mbɛyɛ Ghana card no. Yɛ hu ba bi omote ba bi omoyɛ ne hwan no. John Mahama ede emra eba won Ghana card kora na obetumi akọ hey akọ we ye already nyankopɔ ye na Ghana fo mo ho ye me nwa na ti asem na ye ka asem foforo ha agenda 111 hospitals no Ahanta hospital no eye complete o but the Minister of Health ataminka akano say MPP4 assetting a record or setting a trap by initiating the policy of Agenda 111.
The hospitals, and already we know the tiers in which the hospitals are.
Yeah.
And in relation to these hospitals, Agenda 111, the question then is, for this year and next year, how many do you intend or have you targeted to be able to complete?
For the Agenda 111?
Yes.
About 10.
About 10?
Yes.
Okay.
So we have targeted 10 to be completed this year. I mean, for you to see contractors going back to site to begin the construction. 10. They must go back to site to begin
How
the construction.
many do you intend making functional?
For the year, depending on the level of completion.
Wow.
Yeah, because there are some you can clearly...
You question here, Dalet. Agenda 111 do say na be complete. They have intention to abandon the project. Say no be complete, I will say I will send 10 contractors to the site. Abusia. Ose o ye den ope fufu adi. John Mahama say he wants to give a health center bia health ministry a ye adwuma yie. Oba ye he see hospitals. Say no krese o pese improve the treatment of Ghanaians when they are sick. I didn't I want to aso. Yet to sumienu. Ose you want to come and implement a DBFN automatic posting for nurses and doctors. Oba ye see Agenda 111. Say no kreso pese woman nurse for adwumanya. Why don't you complete that Agenda 111 and employ nurses and teachers and nurses and doctors? Now obetumi a sustain the demand of health treatment amagana for. Omo jai no omo safa ho. We think kwase asema o kana wati.
You see that the science...
Yes, yes. There are about 3 of them. They are the civil works. Health facility is not only the brick and mortar.
And the equipment. Some
have it there. Personnel, brick and mortar, technology.
Now look at something. Look at the posture of Minta Akando. Very arrogant. Who better TV so I can't check Ghana for say a hospital of anything. Brooks any more tanko. Arrogant contact. He said the Ghana for a more nimunyansa. Now what I can and I ton and I so a position as a higher than the others. To me, when we say ni padre, sika as any padre. When you want to see the rare character of a human being, just give him money and power. And within 1 week time, you see his character. Look at the posture of Mintankano. Very arrogant and very, he had that feeling of being superior than anyone. Listen to the nonsense.
And all that. So there are some that I believe that we can finish as early as possible. That I agree with you. Those ones we are expert. In fact, as I speak to you now, I've instructed that those contractors must go back to site immediately.
Okay.
And I believe that within the week, they will mobilize and go back to site, and we are going to finish those ones. Okay? And then we will have to phase out the rest and to be able to put them to good use. We are not going to abandon any of them. But you see, Roland, it hurts when, I mean, that person who was supposed to plan well, that person who was supposed to complete the project, that who assured all of us. You remember at the first instance, it was from 77 to 111.
It was actually 88.
88, thank you.
Announced in April.
Fantastic.
The COVID year.
Yeah. And when we were told that they were going to use 16 months to complete everything. And when he was pushed further, he said, oh, I'll make sure that I complete all the 111. Then, less than 2 years down the lane, you say, hey, go and finish all. Oh, my brother, let's be realistic to ourselves. So,
waba bedi what wofa there oba e wo face dan wansi awie no wuye ye bisa wanye ho adwuma wie no wuye ye bisa se da be na obeto aso abusua sika gu ho fa ye adwuma na you are now complaining say adenti ono ntima wie sika so we so mfa wie adentia because the NDC don't care about the ordinary Ghanaian. The NDC care about the party slogan. The NDC believe in how they can keep Ghanaians underdogs to the party. NDC don't want to continue this Agenda 111 project to what? To show the good job and the good initiative of Nanado. Enti wabe dia kunya, oye the health minister, ye see hospitals are hodo, o see a trap. Untia se di ntia yensi dynamic, papa, waba atuaso. Very simple. Waba atuaso we na manesi fonya jumanya na magana for manya babi nko saya de. Yentuado.
Okay. There are still legacy projects nonetheless.
It's a trap they have set.
They set a trap.
Yes. Because this is a project that they think that, look, and right from day one, as a ranking member,
you kept saying that they should have narrowed it.
Exactly. And I said that they had no intention of completing this Agenda 111. I said it, Roland.
Yes, you did.
Yes. And so
but at the end of the day, you have inherited this as a minister.
I'm saying that it's a trap. We'll solve it. They won't get us into that trap. Okay. The trap is that, okay, let's start all these constructions. Get into elections, we'll go back to them. Vote for us and let's continue. If we lose the election, we'll put pressure on government to finish. If they don't finish, they'll say, oh, they have abandoned the project. It's a trap. But we'll have a way of navigating through this trap. So we'll put all these things.
Contractors will go back
to site to start
and
with.
Then those that are close to you try to see.
Exactly.
Because your argument is that even after completion, you still need to get clearance to make sure you get the right personnel in there and all that.
And Tabushame, may I say, I'm making sure that by Bibana, Nipada Sani, or Pomudre Honsem, Ehiana. He will never come and tell you what this man is telling us today. Very annoying. Na Ebiana hospitals na ye kan ho asem. Unyante ase. Ebi to say a hunter Agenda 111 hospital. It is almost complete. The video when I heard there. Are complete? They just have to go there and to make people start working. What they heard there, video.
The Ahanta West Municipal Hospital, Bokro, is part of over 100 hospital projects the MPP government under Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo rolled out in an effort to improve health infrastructure across the country. This was named Agenda 111. In December 2024, the president commissioned 3 of those hospitals, including the one in Bokro. Since then, nothing has happened here. Joel Kweku is a unit committee chairman for this area.
In fact, we're going to Madam Koho, I don't know or Chade or the hospital in Yujuma. But we why any assets now you won't or Chade hospital will be a Oguduli Yujuma. Don't know how I am Bokofo, especially Hunter West, or how because what's last Malaya or Bokram Anupumanam Agenda 111 Johnson Dana Moon the ambulance be about crosswalk. Abadi I was what they Obeba, but that's the hospital in Yajuba. All promote to each other, Nippon Port, what didn't be a few what I know another baby them. Tomo or Hoyen, a din that they will be, and so hospital in Yajuma.
This is the Agenda 111 project in Bokro, in the Ahanta West municipality. This was one of the few commissioned by former President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo before he left office. Now, after the facility was commissioned, nothing has happened. And today, a closer look at the facility shows a level of deterioration happening. The major question the resident of this municipality asking is, what is government doing to put this facility to use?
Hospital no age my mind because you watch them especially you want cross wall young side come for chrome and patano asama.
Albert Anderson and Kofi, residents here like Joel, say they only want government to do right by the people of Bokro and Ahanta West as a whole.
Was by now police ganka for now them anka de bla no no me my yes so say yamre adomna say kuri hospital so from my area na so de ni bebre say kura boa ye no ma mare mo 77 patro bi o ma pede ba kodone a bokoro kodone be de yes so ko wa me bebre wo tun ma amze done was adakina say scam pro typical anaka odika be ku a e de dem akavakari na wa ho atu ajaka be kwan asala say twike na me sekere for you on be lo ba yo.
I will hope that the government will come and do it best so that the facility will operate. We are waiting for government to put in the facilities so that it will start operating.
The government in its 2026 budget committed 100 million cedis to complete 10 of the Agenda 111 hospitals this year. The question then is, when will the Bokro Hospital be operationalized? For Joy News, Samuel Kojobrace.
Yes, and Tibia now what to say a cancer hospital now you're ready now. Who inside now engineer. Maybe both video be actually the inside of the hospital. No be sound say why is John Mahama not commissioning this big facility? Able to me agin nipan kwa ewo manum. Video way.
Bokro and the Western region.
The facility, and then also the outside of the facility shows clearly. Say this is one of the best Agenda 111 hospitals. His Excellency in another dump of
with taxpayers' money, and the idea did you come say, will be politics in team person culture say and they are not putting people in to come and work. You can clearly see Hannah Boom put through. You can clearly see that it's a cost to the taxpayer just because it was done by one party or one government, which government you were not part of. One of the machines that has been fitted here, clearly everything is also in place. Somebody told us at other places, said because you mortuary, the started hospital in a year. Here, the mortuary has been completed. People were telling us that mortuary should be a condition precedent. So you can see that all the generators are well fixed here. Within the shortest possible time, any serious government who want to operationalize this hospital. In fact, this hospital, the completion level, doctors' quarters. If any doctor or nurse or any medical practitioner is posted to this place, all these quarters has been completed. And then you may have Bokoro and now Bokro in the Ahanta West municipality in the Western region. This facility just a economy, and so if anybody tells you that this facility is incomplete, if anybody tells you that this facility cannot be operationalized, that person is lying to you. Honorable Minister can say a mortuary one way or the other. Mortuary operationalize the hospital. I said it that a mortuary cannot be a condition precedent for us to be able to operationalize a hospital. However, in this hospital, we are mortuary. So why is the minister not allowing us to operationalize this hospital? Or why is the minister not operationalizing this hospital? I charge the government and the NDC to make sure say the Bokoro Agenda 111 hospital that is situated in the Ahanta West municipality is ready. It has been commissioned. Please post human beings here. Why are we wasting taxpayers' money? Is it because it is not our government that did it? Why? We cannot allow this to happen. In creating jobs, because His Excellency the President, you told us that you are going to create jobs. This is not the way, or this cannot be the strategy for you to be able to create jobs. Thank you.
And Tiana Dahono, I Mahama there, the second coming word there, it is just to kill people. The hospital side, the young fancy her, the Tuankasawa who said the hospitals are available, but the man don't want to commission them. Last topic, na the BBC. Abusia and I had to say, John Mahama, G Sabio, good mining, no apostle. Now, wakwaji site be according to sources na Mahama and a be a facilitating no a man in Sakai. I said we better bontre. A di hun komo pa. A man for aka say a conflict of interest. Mahama and a demand area. Now no, ni ane ba bonten asem obeka ye nie.
Wolfus offered this mine to me. Point of correction. I didn't just spring up to say I want to own the mine. Wolfus said in 2022, we're going to close the mine and we want you to take over, but we'll sell it to you. And I said, you can't sell it to me because you cheated me all these years. So you have to give it to me. So we agreed. They told me to go to government and get a no objection letter. I went in there. And I must thank our former President Nalado. He gave me a document to sit with both ways and negotiate and keep the mine going. When I did that, unfortunately for me or for EMP, I got called by the CEO of Wolfus and said, look, we have a challenge here working here. How are you going to do it? I said, leave that to me. He says, no, he wants to know because they want to hold our hands.
Yes, enti abusia se uti asema papa ikan ye ya o se na nado ne man mine site the mining site no bra fatu team eye yen kan se ye wasem bia ye kan se eye I say he want to cover what is going on enti ene o se na nado ene man site oboa untwa mo as people to come na nado aban and say he wanted to talk with Ghost if I'm saying Goldfield was a friend saying he wanted to talk to them. And I do say you can talk to them. If they give it to you, then we start negotiating. So Ronaldo did not give the side to him. But Enam say when we say onini dia prontino, he had to come out and clear the air. Say Ronaldo and the man is out to me. No, Abusham for me don't be see my be phone lines not to me train just 2 minutes. Now afako me train 2 minutes and me fako be amfra. I'll bring it to an end because ene matranse achepa. Matranse ache. I thought say I would have finished earlier, but my wasted time pa. Intimacy was over fra na why you intend me mama Esther enemy or say Anthony. So some fra mon frame na yemfa bibia mera na we. But once I'm waiting for the call, I want you to listen to this Kennedy Japan video again.
The base. But as for this one, be with me. Yes, okay. I need an eye contact on this one.
Okay.
The base. Before I bet you have to appreciate the history of this country when it comes to politics. And for every politics, every party, aqua to Omakasa party. Now listen. I remember 2004. Time and I ever prepare aqua elections. NPP for a national, regional, executive elections, all the regions. Then Ashanti.
Mimi Anthony, my EPC, my EPC kakra, the sanso to buy me go room for the 3 days. Yeah.
Okay, any aqua.
Yeah, more.
Did he can match an madwasina? That's in a coupon, a bamboo, not more than in quatenting. Any answer at the mouth.
Amen.
Your toss on some chimney by submitting and catch a fire, my intimacy.
Oh, mamma, yes, that.
So I'm telling cars, Miss Michana, auntie.
Vechanamo.
When you're a mammy, the silver, and I said, I'm a hope, papa, Miss Mintomini and Cadiadita, and what was it?
Oh, no, hopa.
Your toss one who are born as a sinner coupon, the BM Empire man say, but he says in the home for now. As we see a coupon on Sunday, am I?
Amen.
And the toss one here, Dr. Baumia. Honestly, this is a coupon, sir. You're not sure so no one by I can tell you Timono. I don't can account for you now, in grass, and almost in grass. Yet also, came my own to me, a single coupon. Each at the man say, I'm a near the monarch. I won't want to tell me no meaning flu. We need flu for the other man. Well, that's like a crack. The letter, and Emma people say, said the gun for a man. Ye maame ene ye nua maa no dodo no asabi o mu ni nyansa e maa no kasa no sabi Ghana maa no gimi pa sabi e wo madene e wo pa na obi ase Ghana sika e ye nyina dia akran ko school ko nwa tro ko nwa kenkai That's what me and Kuma sit in Kurana, me and Lady Kurana. A Japan will be here. On one Casabetu, so with me, I will be here. I hear we and collaborate with the school. You go how said you're okay. Or Kono could do a job so me, then I didn't mean to me. Exactly, it was very brave. If you could share the teaching, if you could share plumbing, if you could share way. No one else they are going to brand. I can make by your mom over someone to my son. I almost got that chair. Or more, a bedroom. Listen, I'm not going to sign my way in our bar. Yes, I'm crying in school. Almost did, almost that. It's free. Or some of present to Grana. A banner say any as he can, with a friend Grana. Not to mamma think I can't wait to them say that a ye. If you are quiet, come and cry. I know the man on the ground.
Yeah.
No, my bestia number a bit to my Mokola, a jum, a bit to Malata, a bit to Medina Jum. Chelsea is coming in. I am a Kumako Palace. No put two, like I said in the background, it's nothing. No put two fear, I could go cross it. Now, fear I'll come about any way. Almost school, no. And at the moment, Sanema winning now. Manta dear. No, my mamma, but that down, no, but Bessia said, wouldn't be answer, pa, said you wouldn't be answer. Like our bones, some of the man. But don't go school, go not to go back in Kai. Let me be able to my idea, and one could be enough, young could be enough. Almost a plan and Conoco share of a money brother. Was an employee, I went to qua, and the end. I am man, dear, said you don't go now, what's a man to no, dear, a bar. I see a Mubueno, and I was a son of a tongue. Now, Belco school, the Darchibino, or no shop at Bois, or more grandma, a quan bet my head honor, was home pay way. I would be McCann someone, my best year, which me can someone equals some catcher and another, and then I cried at Diana Musumuniano, and Quan a befiano, as able to school. Now, men Nakamia, Mima, me pina, one no, because school be near and come, and come Beffia and Kaneka, Conquan and Go. Kaneka, the piano, my best was no, but Kuntawasa, said Watson, a Beffy. Cramoya could have dropped black Wakai, and another crab more than the pie. And more on a piano, another credit by and not, or they be good honor. And I'm the home Colana as far as you could be. Now, could you talk back what day? When you could pour or boss so pass as no. Mino. When I never cheer a cup. If we in a pump pemunua, a pano. And it's no way to cancer as a one, I would do remono. And in the sinner, now who probably could you talk back was small boy. I won't cook school when you're Jumata. Now, so say, why in millionaire? No, could you talk back? Opetragana home and send the other than play crown another factor and mark up myself. O could you talk back when you bet your papa. Now, who are not so that. Yantel, yes, Yantel, Comias are above from the son of you. So some of me and Comcrones were ye. Make cut process and work at yours and a boy. Italy has in a war. But be a crassy be a hospital. A crassy be a hospital. Listen, I will be at my back at the sea 111 where we be. Since he can't be chamber fan for Anna Nessy for any doctors not going to Manamocho Bocano. Scalamuni be a Mocano great. Because if you will be a soon for the hospital, I will be a piano now, not Colibuni for nothing amount for corner. And people from one a cock for nothing. That's Andy to pump on a cockalibu. And this is for and a cockalibu, but I say. This is a young son of Sebi. Walk to school. That's one of the few young son can answer book. Not as a young son, a good time. Not to stop our passion. Never. We in a said the young son. Come 24 hours. Honorable containers, in another car. You tell me about it. We'll be able to use
wow.
Oh, be at Mammy, but I'm sure. Said any macro. I'm almost when you be a talk. Almost when you to my normal be a talk and ideas. Is a container. What to show up as a container will be able to make any container. I just scared a container in the scanning in a Ayaka. I mean, what to make a container, and I don't have some person boarding. Like Ghana for dear, Sebio, your Sunni area, and your Sunni Yenshu and their boy. Dr. Baumia catches a container over the face. 40 feet, say 100 million, no 100 million, what year? 20 feet, say 15 million, what year 15 million, and what for container the call, Muslim pay way. And then Darika, Tomama. Don't you know, Ubisobia, Obian what we over to me in Yama. Obian what you over to me in the and this force. And this is for Muslim Cochrane Yaman or Mokran Yamada, Omunidasus. They say better. Sikana de to and the amount of container no say the high no and so ni like is ho ena area. Na be na odi atoso no ye koyana se buy. Na kana Japan so de se bi wan san aduna nyam betua ne kapapapa. Ono man wa se ne buta afia ye bon time. Na de nko ye fun na na do buy MPP buy contact e di ma won nyina ne contact pitwa. Sika wo di ye fa ba mu nyina etua oka. Pass wo de 1% Dr. Bawumia baba na wo de be ne wo trimu abetua be ku o man. I will be a Ghana so a boy mine. Not one we see the base, the base, the base. A deco, why you to say a boy be quite deco and people and Yama when you're free people, but that was here now, and young people won't fast what I see down. Back in the Japan you are down for. Or be you are down for this with Jimmy. That's as also with Jimmy. But your mamma showed your better papa, Sikana was who we are not, and when you are where we are not catching another say, another day I cry. And 20 million to women in Yanam and the US can. What the old Yana question BBR? The kind of what you said be. And I'm with Trahasi, I'm a pinna hoa. They have a ya. And as Mr. Sammy tells me, I just said, I may be a sister, I'm a costume, you know, I'm funny going back. I could go school. No fast technically you became. What did you once? Once, and what did he? Let me see, and Cassia became technically. I want all. Once, your mama did once. They say, well, I want this car. I better what when you scatter be an edge. Now, papa, I will warn you. Yeah, it's similar. No, I can't now go. Don't mamma. Not too much now. Papa, you free, safe education to go. When you're home fast walk, I will be your president. If you are lawyers who come follow, I be in particular. Not the wish you copy. I am where if another Saturday also 2 billion. One fan and coffee will be back.
Yeah.
Obaka to my mother. Obaka to my mother. And so boxes no from free up a land in the Baumopano. And if I bet 20 no, the first class will try and on the buy. And then I can first car. And yes, Adam. Not only be a baby, and open a chair and I'll be good passion. Open so big and go for Juma. I come for open so good Juma. The second container, the big jam. That your mamma must say. And you let no, you never call no let marry. That's what told us over Yapura, Papa can go to yes, I'm pretty your mamma. And then some Kumqua and a woody. Mamma, I think it will say, we so could be a bedroom. No, who's he cannot what you know could be. Oh, no, yeah, power. If you say, what now, 24 hours, only 24 hours, but only have money be. Open should be man should be more be showing that. Now, no piano, so I was saying, my size go quite say. There you will a board to contain and swim among the container. And then I confess, the container never may turn yet on say, oh, containers on the boy, they have 7,500. 7,500 container already. For the container, your deal,
40 feet.
40 feet, 7,500.
Ah, dear boy,
oh, no one back to container 7,500. Masato niema egum ade niema na bedru Ghana ho a omo mo lodu ye nka ho e bedru aka be san de ko fie nso nka ho eno wasa de lute so atoso de ndenden e be na ndi panat na yi niema na bo bi so nya biato e de ayadwuma nya biato bia na adi ma so be ye mpofo na wo nua de opeso wo ni wabusuafo e ye bilonia na wo jeje Ghana da pade de ma wo nua no nya fi bia be wo be bia na wo nua no ye dem Ibrahim what one wo ska Yako ka obi say obi tie Ibrahim obi eta Ibrahim onya this car obi fa ho be about try away escafo who scanny be kra nka so we nipa ay scanny won ko na mti Ghana ho na mo escafo a obi mo tell say obi hu say mo escafo about try ha obi 20 be 2000 ka as we share na bonten a bodyguard be ni nachi
there be o man one city
obi anka to say ni passport you when a company we na dia won yi da I don't want to cause the assemblies in Kuara Mutigana. When I'm yes, I've been a chrono, Akoso. Dr. Bawumia, who tiny in an say, do Tinian near Ma, or your letter, ya, which will be an artist to be obian faka prepa, and me on Yaka Preban to Butum. I don't care what I can make upon my yes. Doctor, when you will be a bonnet, when you will be a cat, Uncle will be it. No, so, and no more persuasion subject system, no. Be a monpe. Then a phone penny for said the minimum MP. Anything a doctor who can. Media, in so a break, it's my combo be a pack, which will be free, Yamaman Tonka.
Medasi
just says a part.
Obejo so. Medasi Bremi Anthony. Yamin Kaho. Yemia Anthony. I say Anthony. Medana sepa. Or na yeten in Kano. Dabi eba bia no. Bo modern ba the contribution. Ebra kama pa. Medasi sepa Mimi Anthony. Thank you really for your support. Afe yanko fire brand ho. Na yanko J kakra emfamra. Ai. Mami Esther nie. Hey, ene yehuna man. Hey, ene. Fire go shine inside this room. Mami Esther mo akwaba. Mami mo akwaba.
Me do so many other man. So I got who said it bra Anthony no person come there with the capotage about.
Where we. Osi ochia we pa. Osi me chia.
Miss Anoja. This time with the me ama met me who. Me ba. Me ba ya. I was on the point that I'm watching. I'm not the way at here. I was your phone around where you're going. Yo, Miss Ama for the chia when you were tear phone now.
A tear phone in Ajo so.
The yes was said that your name and so not government and you will be tear. Yen me up on the so on tear for you. So I am bumpire the man saying your coupon. A best sunny idea, and need be a rat a bit to a city to any panel. The catching your coupon so on one and show on one separate one show. The same Yamimoja, Yamiso, some concon, and one bank. Mr. Mafu, let's start here free. You can say, Kennedy the base.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you see, a kaya drop. I need to be able to Ghana, permit me a year to my pa.
Yeah.
You bet Bania the same one. Set Ghana for sha. Na omutia, maybe and yan some 4 pounds, and mere straw of wood, and Casado. And yet, a phobia, and I don't want anybody to come here to attack. If you come and attack me, I will attack you triple times. Because the fear, or mana you woman, or manu is fear penny. So we don't need any fools again to come and distract the Ghanaian people again. So what is the president?
Baby, they quoi?
Say, Kennedy say, any akwana ni tika kakano uswana wa Syrian or the Wasiano.
Otibonsu.
Ghana for our Munyan sound shut the appearance, any motive, any people or the almost a Ghana for a 34, almost a hatred, a pure typical hatred. Emma Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. So what you say?
Yeah.
Now, if she allow, if God is there, or Saint Pierre or Muwafa Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, it will be mute.
Amen.
It will be mute because Onyankopon and the preserve Baumia Dinaba. It's not you, it's not me. And it will take how many people love Canada, Japan. The arrogant, Otibo, Opia, but what the Brem no matter a large Mahmoud Bamia. Ghana for Nansa, Ghana for Munimunyansa, and judges as a movie. Or can put forces for boss from Yasas, or what to me yet, or net of trouble for Papa, our will be, and judge as some way, and my Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. He is innocent. He has not offended anybody. And the propaganda pure or mobile piano, who will battle them. You know, I'm for put.
Yeah.
Because we are more person for the best. They are not coming to do anything.
Dabi. Omo me yehwe. Dey no mba be.
Omo be say Dr. Mahmoud Baumia aba ni vote. Amanfo. Any edo amanfo be nyama no. But Onyankopon you are now about to abandon Dr. Mahmoud Baumia dada. So Obian kana come and to na dia me boa bra.
And one no, man.
Very good. It's made your master back come to Ghana for one. Say your hatred of time and the best for no or motivate the best now. Yame embo mubai. They say I no crepa no motivate the best na yame embo but I am so dia on yame three wo munsi say ye biara a o munsi say e planning against Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia on yame training nyina hu.
Amen.
Jerusalem as solid that they will use.
Amen.
Mr. Mafo.
Amen.
What propaganda now? A hospital now almost see war. A tapad war baby now almost propaganda.
Yeah.
Go to me station and I must subscribe war.
Yeah.
Me war takradi dia me war wine me war slemu dia me war master dia me war akra dia.
Western Diamond. Yeah,
baby. Now, Mr. Titian no perfect in any bear cacremo. Check when you saw him because you propaganda or hostile greening.
Okay. Okay.
Because maybe send a direct free to me what tap radios you can Western Diamond.
Western Diamond, yeah, takurade. Takwa.
I or hinipi. I'm a MPP ni MPP one more mukasano ya pro communicators abeka say ye kasa panyi di pro le so say na na le say enye no kura wo kojina ho na ma na na ebe pray ano a obeye you kojina ho ka say we die o ma ya die pa na obi anya bi wo pro so what ya say na wo sa wo hene na mahama ba ya also ahimfrebi and this for then you can fault them. But ohina wo nyansa Mr. Mafu. Ohina wo di nukura mane man. It doesn't matter if it's MPP. It doesn't matter if it's NDC. So what you say?
Yeah.
Who di hine emma woman and yet with political.
Political eye. And
yes.
Politician and how they can't say.
Yes. But look to me say just because we party and I want to what the envelope baba so because me pusa something phone in na say a man or mutimono or mutimu say politics no mutima na say ya o man betum for empon ako nani nyame shamu ayemfo nyame shaw so be catch say we ya kena anasa we ya okenia odikura we ya onyame usinyame anem e wo kro no ama me bua msamafu
no
adan ana mutumi heti ebimu edobi mu sana asofo no soso dia me de me from asofo moa no omo nya asofo mame I won't call them the leaders of God. They hold the most demonic spirit and are to crew they hold the evil toxic to destroy a country. That is what they are. It means me free woman so omo ya suffer and omo ya messengers of Christ. Because than me suffer can say me kwa sorry na sa broni no me tukura na me ho yira me friend talk. Or can say was say the moment now we be used na kupon din akase that said the Lord said na adia na wuti wanu kan ye no ambemua was say eswa ketia kwase say onyame asate ye den ebuwa because when you see Nyankopon dia ye den
I promise it.
As a first and concept
yeah
and yet I'm piano somehow now how do you feel that and come now say an ambem it is the piano ma one casafa with him dear and the Nyansa and Fakasa and for fire and radically and cassette God said now who did not make us here and the deep brown
yeah
and you been here to win Mr. Mafu
yeah the same thing
and you been here to win Ghana hoy ya fuonya day entie ye ba John Daraga Mahama so
Brem, na me pewati wenu masem me.
Mama. What was that one? Because what's the matter? Kind of everyone. Papa. Papa criminal. Papa Koshini. Papa Froster. Papa my best sister man. Japa dia dia mami mia. What do we need now? Who need now? So no so black it sawa.
Yeah.
Ibrahim Mahama. A speech of Kokomai. Also no so black it.
And tropa udin trokesi.
Oh, chat for. Esa na nadu. Na nadu. Who feels na nadu? Who dem just on. Na nadu nya say mu kota pro. Who near Mahama pro? Who nya na who talkers of life. One of the kind of person away. Who you should check how many times I'm bound for. If Nanado forgive you, Nanado forgive you, say, who your citizen. Who yeah, man, you are for Nipa Yumi and say, no, you know, do and one year, Juma. And we hear a Juma so their mamma for. It is an Nanado of 1 for 2 prison and another one charge. That doesn't mean an another. So you can still mock him after even his retirement. Nanado and Fashiama. It would to me make any first allegation yaday.
And also. Yeah.
Who yes karma Ibrahim Mahama. Who yes karma as your brother. Both of you are a scammer. What's coming Ghana for? It is Jantrana way the Wutra wana wood you. The Jaco Shamna won't let Uprano Mopati. My form against Ghana for. Papa Panimu. Who could not want to share arrogant speech be a woman say, if you don't know, that's now you know. So I saw now the custom to Zaza. Mahama, and your one as the walk of Faba. Tell the truth. Pragema for fire and also the different about
Abobolans.
Abobolans. Who cast Abobolans? No, if you say, yeah, the Casta, one bolansa. Who go for buy. That's a serious day. Yamu Yansa. Yanum so you kushini. Who you froster. It's in your dear to see a baby, and my Bruno Maniati. Or Pepran and Ninty or that's to be in this section. Now, the national side, I eat Yansa any actual Yamadu Woyan who pay a bit. Or the son would be cool. Because a buyer will party bar and Ponya Kosham and Mamutibeti or man anymore. How can I call you as a truthful person? Me first, we are there. We are president. We are Darakana. So we are president. We are from who more MPP for this for any Mahaman in the family. The only thing is that we fight a 2 year then put now with the council. So at them person
yes.
But would the 2 extra Ghana for what the Ghana for Japan?
Yeah.
Would the one not add than 2 extra Ghana for add your mother party? It would you from 4 only I'm rubber with the same thing. The difference between say 1 and yet the issue 2 will be. But one not, and the one start. Every year or manager party at the amount. Would the amount and I would do near practice the other day.
Absolutely.
Let's see my assume quite the Pabra candle me house at the
Mina candle.
Aye,
Minta candle.
Papa. Coshinita Braba Putano. Drone. Any abobolas. What is the best? Did you tinnible? And this century, a year abba, technology, put me everywhere. Obi to say a year, you can't say a year. Big gates, no money, Nassif one, when they were no. And yet, technology, no, almost almost yet, technology.
Yes, technology.
It may be some Mahama said, I didn't see the Chrono, I wouldn't know what parts, who pass some of Bogan, I didn't know what's up. The moment to be a president and a little be a best a free computer, Aquaman one on again or Mr. Mafu.
Or Bokro, no, say, you can say, or or see evidence, or the evidence is here.
Yes, evidence for who back and who better for bed, which
yeah.
When children to mobile, or best struggle in or best strike, Mama, in United and Tomano. It's a catch the Ghana for say, Mako to a full. Oh, Baba, catch them say, would you win your shade? When you're for no matter. I come for. When you're apple and Kuma, nobody no my day, no matter. And can I force so and send a punya digitalization? Yes, I'm okay.
Or can you know?
It's the Ghana near who share a name rate. At the fee and a 4 bench, if I see a catch them say. Or can pass some tram. Yes, some got to the man. Yes, to see a catch them say. Some once some to buy. So we are Santi, so we are Ibeni, so we are Debeni, so we are Kneni, so we are Fantini, Untuma Bune Frown. And this better than one out the day. Aku. And yet, you open your BBI day. And you have to walk at your Chima. Can you continue to do that? Ukokromutino, would the better 4 million, 5 million, 10 million every day be? For how long? For how long can you continue to use your time for a useless NDC? Not the MPP by ye na ye na MPP asabe fa I had to say who sit down who go and with Mr. Mafo.
Yeah.
Sana NDC for Mama Yede at here. Will be ban or poor foundation now for my day. What kind of leadership is this? It's the idea Yamufe. And now some people say Ghana for young Pasia for. But no cocoa faka, the 9 and 9. Would you go far back? Yes, at the greater Puna Nekoto. When you say what Yabobo Yama, if I at the greater need to sound one who from airport, who we are next day.
Same from an 3 cycle there, a Bobra Bank. Nampacho. No, I send so. Who are the account to me come? Abobo ya better know a call man ye. It's common sense. Common sense. Common sense.
The better na account on him. A cosa man if Busan said. Who say ambulance in rural area? What about the drone? So what you say?
Yeah.
But and I'm say yana media for no. Yani open to Omase. Ayi microphone me no your madam toy ba kwa fire se bo foot na ba ko kwa kwanta head the whole reaction. She ne no musu anu omukeka. Ayi ye na fusa ba ne ko ti se de wa ayi na twia what the same be no bi na no musu o ka say. Ayi that me no na no mu ye interview bi ne account on ne ba ko bi na di ka show you no be.
We are na ada o ka o man hena sema.
O man hena kwabra santene
Obi.
No. Obi oni we say here dey ko so Ghana na oni go.
Munimpa.
They know the truth and they know who is telling lies. But would they tell Ghanaians?
Omunye free omunye journalist omun sansha manfo bottom. We no munyina omu didi.
Because listen to them. The analysis is simple. You can spill the beans. But when argue about it.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, the truth is there. Would they be able to stand up as a man and spill the beans? But simple. Nana Dubai wa mu musika. Brown envelope so they turn up to sit on the truth. But onyame ye de wo sorry. Now we see a sorry them. Now we friend who say we are Christian. We friend who say just simply because Baunia is Muslim, he cannot lead the country. And I put it to you, say, the Spirit of God, the Creator of mankind, the omnipotent God, nobody can
Absolutely
He is
not.
who he is. Will bring Baumia in power, inshallah.
Amen.
With the grace of God, I'm a copia who the Nimunam. And fact, any Ramobako, and fact, the Tiamoberry, God would lift him up. It's Munkoso, Namunamo propaganda, Emma and Munkoso, Namun Tonyum, Namun Resta, Namun Mahama Namukofane by Mahama, Koshine, and the king of a liar.
Aye.
Who cry everything. Opio Tintasia, who was starting and wired. I'm fed. But the sort of Guinea in pub wired at Tiajana, the coffee, and Tema at Tiajana. Now, to see idea, Miss Officer, young can't say young to Triomuka, Catera, bless them abundantly.
Hey.
And see what the glory of God do. Onyame, Omumobo. Na moya de crab me obede.
Obeba.
Now that would depend. Ghana for our muto NPP. Say, our man ye go, yes, the cacho.
Baby.
Or mine any yet, and yes, I did the catch ever baby some. So we are penny now, woman, let the be a woman. I just say, how can you leave me? And even if you're dead, what? How can your soul rest? No, we need back. We are poor people. So, a man, we are better. Now, and penny for who crumble, and to me, show a man of what? A man is the penny. And then some Munamuti or man, and the politicians, and no, this is car to Tomina. It's a monk of some way or can it's up to you. It's between you and God. Now, Uname and the bed Georgie Munala. Uname Georgie, big time. Yet you catch them say, Bawumia, Upamunya day, or your ceremony, or your cremoni, Shamafu, and family home. Big Janis of a baby, a gun a year. Name Papa, who say, Asum oh man, and then near Aye. Come on, man, by a can call and Miss Amafu.
Ke kokra. Kadia man for to papa soon uncle. Wasovo.
Nana do on a brona no 20 million, 10 million. No, that the can free a real money betona betana. Nana can't say. When some work your phone with the dear. It's Mulia, ya. Not here by it. Not the court, so be not Ghana by the Puna, Ghana by it. I am from Ghana. And then Nana the fusion of Puna and away. Himself. And the Anana Mutana Bodeno. They are not young them or more exported from up to be so good for Papa stock. Never feels as a kind of feeling about ever. Coco, Parliament, Mujinian, Coco, see at Soda. Ah, Mr. Maff.
Yanti soda, in the history, Yanti cocoa soda. Yate su him 40% yat traction.
Castle to see any day.
Ya say market no. Say cashew market na say mama.
Yes, be dear go crap pro.
I say me
frost away from 4 way but na so.
Say me ya bunu ni me kuro me ya do cashew rough. I know the ekoso wo omo do cashew no ho. Odu amanfo kita cashews a dime egu they don't have buyers. Asempa na me ka chiro.
Yeah, but dear near me buy a cashew and a walnut.
Okay.
Who talk to a be a 3 pound, 4 pound.
Yeah. Ne boy than a pa.
I will pack it to where be
half I think say half kilo. And I say be 200 grams. 300 grams. Kakra bi.
If you are 2 grams and no 3 pound, 4 pound, I will hold than barrel. Tesco, the piano board. There should be crumb for now to be Obunya Obiana day.
And to.
ɛyɛ anumdwa ɛne propaganda ɛna mo ni aba nyame obebu sa mu nyinaa mo fa ɛne mo asɔfo na ɔmo tete mo nkyɛn ne nyinaa ɔmo nyinaa mo yɛ akyirifoɔ eti mo nkɔ na mo nsa mmerɛ bi mo a nkwasiafoɔ na mo so deɛ yɛ hu bi da ɛna mo nya ɛni na odi mo anim no mahama
ɛne ne yɛ nnɛ
right tokuro da baabi ya sama mami fa usi ya wai bye
bye nyame nka wo ho mami esta bye you ever tabai me mama no se mo fa nche me okay be Saturday na my busy pant na me fro once me ntumi anse amfro biem tabi me wo pa me wo but me was yeah obisam but in any case to me you know I'm very proud of this because they say yeah people love my show so yeah I'm very proud of that yeah wow all right I mean come bye yeah my stand at in Kano I am pushing for me say be kakra senior man I'm who say wo frɛ me but bre continue me phone see here ochina measure that frɛ ochina na ye din komo na program how I can host you only on the show na me no nko a din komo but ya be say 2 hours yes it will not be useful because people may not find the show to watch may not watch up to more than 2 hours into the fache me ochina and ochina pa me frɛ na organize here for tomorrow say me to know why show abusiamfo me din yan Mr. Manfo High Rush Media GH ya de bibia ba na wie ye de me kan ya utie ye fato kotodwem de wate fato wadwem and this is the most reckless political party in the history of Ghana. They will never and they can never do anything to better our lives. It is just issue of ethics. Omo ye dia umbetumi ama ye praise omo for nothing. Now you can't technically knowledge about politics here. They lack it. And obesi ya na oche yankopon ya aduma masign we share. E dey no sound that Rush Media GH. On like video na like mama on comment ya comment. So as na message say na your first time subscribe to this channel and become part of the family. And obesi ya na oche essential. Until we meet again. Adios.